So what it is, YouTube, what it is, what's good. Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody feeling good. Everybody had a good day, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we doing good with the videos, man. Getting some numbers, you know. Ain't too much high numbers with the long videos. So that's why I'm trying to keep my videos short. You know what I'm saying? Um, my shorts, they doing well. I like the numbers on the shorts, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna keep that going, keep the shorts going. I need to drop probably like 4 shorts because I'm kind of like falling behind a little bit. I didn't drop a video yesterday neither, so yeah, I'm kind of like falling behind. But I got life like y'all, you know what I mean. So I be having to handle things just like how y'all gotta handle things, you know what I mean, to keep my life afloat, you know what I mean. Um, Also I do wanna do a story time if y'all don't mind, you know what I mean. For those of y'all that don't know me, of course, the family, if y'all are watching, you know, and y'all already know what's up. But I like a little story time. I want to do a little story time one day, so y'all can really get to know me. Be like, what's his backstory and all that. Other than that, man, we finna get into this video. Scrap baller incident, caught on camera. Big mistake. Viewer discretion is advised, as you can see. So, you got children around or your stomach ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't for you to watch. So, let's get right into it, y'all.
One small step inside the wrong place, and this worker had no idea what was about to happen. Inside a scrap factory, cranes were busy moving and dumping material into large baling machines. At one point, a crane operator left his cab and walked over to a baler, attempting to clear out some leftover scrap by hand. For a moment, the task seemed routine. But while he was inside the working area, the machine began to cycle downward. It highlighted how quickly situations can change when heavy equipment is entered without proper lockout procedures. Scrap balers and compactors should only be accessed when fully powered down and locked out. Operators must use the proper shutdown procedures before clearing jams or unloading material. No task is worth the risk of entering a machine while it's still active.
Right,
Control the power first, then handle the work safely.
right.
A worker struggled to untie a tightly secured bag. Instead of using proper tools, he reached for a lighter to burn through the strap. In an instant, the open flame caught nearby material. Tens of thousands of pounds of stored cotton. The fire spread rapidly, showing how a simple shortcut can lead to a dangerous situation. Open flames should never be used near flammable materials. Always rely on the right tools, such as cutters or safety knives, to open bags or containers. In
Oh,
environments with combustible goods,
so instead of him trying to cut, it was a net. Or so this little, I guess this little stuff right here is I've seen this video before on a short, but so I'm guessing this stuff right here, this tarp. I don't know. It's like you cut through it. You know what I mean? Instead of him doing that, he used a lighter. I was wondering what this white stuff was too. I'm like, what is that? Like it's catching. You know what I mean? And yeah, homie almost he almost lost his
even a
life.
small flame can create large-scale risks. Safe practices protect not only workers, but entire facilities. Inside a repair shop, a car was lifted on a hydraulic hoist for maintenance. A mechanic stood underneath, working on the vehicle. But suddenly, the lift became unstable and the car shifted downward. In a
Wow.
near miss, the worker moved just in time, escaping by inches as the vehicle came down. Before beginning any work under a lifted vehicle, always confirm that the hoist or jack is properly
Damn, bro.
secured. Use safety locks, support stands, and double-check weight balance to prevent sudden shifts. Even experienced mechanics must never rely on the lift alone, because in maintenance work, stability is safety. Inside a busy factory, workers focused on their tasks as a conveyor belt carried materials along. One worker's glove became caught between the moving belts. As she reached to pull it free, her hand was drawn into the pinch point and stuck. Co-workers quickly noticed and rushed over, stopping the system and helping to release her hand. Conveyor belts and moving machinery should always be fitted with guards and emergency stop switches. Loose clothing or gloves should be kept clear of rollers and pinch points. And most importantly, workers should never try to pull items free while equipment is running. Stopping the machine first is the safest step.
That's like some of the first rules you learn when you go into work areas like this. Stop the machine first. Don't try to.
A security van stopped near the roadside, and one officer stepped out to stand guard. Moments later, the van attempted to reverse, but as it moved backward, the officer remained in a blind spot directly behind the vehicle. The driver, unaware of his position, continued moving, demonstrating how quickly miscommunication and visibility issues can put people at risk. When reversing large vehicles, clear communication between drivers and ground personnel is essential. Officers or workers on foot should always maintain visible positions well outside.
Why did he just stand right there?
Blind zones. And drivers must use mirrors, cameras, or spotters to confirm the area is clear before moving. A few extra seconds of
Or the person that sees the thing backing up towards him should move out the way. Move out the way. You see it coming towards you. It's like, huh?
awareness can prevent serious consequences. At a tire shop, stacks of large tires were arranged for storage and loading. A worker stood nearby as he attempted to move one stack. But as the first group of tires shifted, another stack lost balance. Within seconds, multiple tires toppled over and fell toward the worker, leaving little room to react. Tires and other rounded materials should always be stacked in stable, secured rows to prevent rolling or collapse. Workers should avoid standing in the fall zone when adjusting or loading stacks. Using racks, barriers, or tie-downs greatly reduces the risk of shifting piles. Proper stacking isn't just about order, it's about protecting everyone in the workspace. Inside a factory, a worker was standing in a water-covered area. Nearby, an electric fan was running to provide airflow. As the worker reached out to reposition the fan, the combination of water and live electricity created a dangerous situation. He received an electric shock and fell as co-workers quickly rushed in and disconnected the power source. Electrical equipment should never be used in wet or damp environments without proper insulation and grounding. Always keep water away from live machines and unplug before making any adjustments. Quick action from team members can reduce risks, but prevention is the safest protection. At a loading site, a worker operated a crane with a remote control to unload a massive...
First of all, before this one started, what even made them think that that was even the most smartest thing to do is to put a fan by water? And we climb inside of the water and everything. I don't know, man. This video right here should be called "People in." I got a title for y'all.
metal part from a truck. As the load was moved toward the side, the balance shifted unexpectedly. The heavy piece slipped, striking the truck's edge with force and causing it to shake. The worker nearby lost balance for a moment, but fortunately avoided harm. When operating cranes, proper load securing and controlled movements are critical to prevent sudden shifts. Trucks and lifting zones should be stabilized before unloading begins, and operators must always maintain safe positioning because heavy equipment demands precision at every step. A truck transporting large steel rolls was moving along the road. Another vehicle was traveling close by when a second truck appeared ahead. In an attempt to maneuver quickly, the loaded truck turned suddenly. The force of the movement caused the steel rolls to shift, and the truck tipped over, damaging a nearby car as the heavy load scattered. In just moments, a routine drive became a serious safety concern. Transporting heavy cargo requires secure fastening, proper load balancing, and careful speed management. Drivers must maintain safe distances and avoid sudden maneuvers when carrying oversized or heavy loads.
Boy, number one. Yo, whoever was in that car got paid. They got broke off that money on. Straight up. You just ruined my whole car. You and him. Both of y'all. You turned in front of him. He couldn't slow down, so he had to say, now look at my car. I need all that. All that. I'm suing you. I'm suing the whole company. Matter of fact, because you work for that company. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that. Number one.
Inside a factory, operators worked around a large enclosed machine designed to handle high pressure. Due to an internal issue, pressure began to rise unexpectedly. A worker standing nearby didn't realize the risk as the machine's door jammed under strain. Moments later, the pressure burst outward, forcing the door open and striking the surrounding area with force. Any equipment that relies on pressure must be inspected regularly for leaks, faulty valves, and blocked vents. Workers should never remain close to machinery showing signs of unusual vibration, noise, or resistance. And every system must include safety release mechanisms to control pressure before it reaches dangerous levels. Routine checks and distance are the best defenses against sudden mechanical failures. Training workers to recognize early warning signs can prevent small issues from turning into major hazards. Proper communication between operators and ground staff ensures that everyone knows when equipment is under maintenance or at risk. And above all, no task should ever be rushed. Patience.
Yo, man, be careful, man. And most of this was when a person was at work, man. Like, be careful, dude. Like, don't be trying to rush your job, man. Don't be trying to take the shortcut. Pay attention to your surroundings. Remember where certain things go and how certain things go. You know what I'm saying? Where just be aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean? Because little stuff like this could happen. And then you lose your job because you wasn't paying attention or because you tried to take a shortcut. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because it happens. Straight up, man. And I ain't trying, man. Just be careful, man. Getting injured on the job when it's your fault is not the way to go, man. At least it could be like how that driver had tipped over the them truck driver and tipped over. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna need all that. I need all that. You know what I mean? But when it's your fault, yeah, man, ain't really nothing they can do. So yeah, man. King Hut's telling y'all, be careful, be safe. Hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did. Yeah. I got work to do, y'all. Ain't stopping. Got work to do. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Deserve.
I wanna fly as a leader. I can see the sky falling.